Hello, friends. Well, we're getting quite close now to Rugby World Cup 2023. I'm just going to share the official homepage. There we are. It actually says down here 16 days, 13 hours, 28 minutes, and 7 seconds to the start, the countdown. So, and we've got all the matches and the pools and the teams and everything else we might need here. So I do recommend, if you're at all interested, take a look at this. And the first game there is France-New Zealand, which will be 21:15 on Friday the 8th of September in Paris, Stade de France. But it'll actually be 4:15 on the next day in Japan. Although, as a matter of fact, I won't be in Japan at that time. I'm actually going away for a little bit, which I'll perhaps talk about later. Or perhaps I'll be able to introduce what I'm doing by videos later, he says mysteriously. Okay, then. So here are the pools. Pool A, Pool B, Pool C, and I see Scotland is in Pool B with South Africa and Ireland. And let's see if I can just move over. Get Japan in there. Yeah, Japan is there in Pool D with England and Argentina, Samoa and Chile. And Japan's first game is against Chile, which will be very interesting because I'm not sure I don't remember when they last played, if they have at all. Japan played Uruguay last year twice, one of them at Mikuni World Stadium in Kee-tah-kew-shoo. Anyway, South Americans always bring a special passion to their game, so it will be very interesting. And Samoa, well, they narrowly beat Japan recently in Japan, but that was with Leach being sent off quite early in the game. I think it was a 2-point difference. Was it 24-22 in Sapporo indoor stadium, indoor game? Argentina, well, we all know how strong they are. Actually, I have a feeling they might be the strongest in this group, particularly with England's current disarray. I think we've all pretty much had enough of talking about Owen Farrell and his the shambles that went on around the high tackle. I'm glad that he's received a ban. It would have been absolutely ludicrous for him to get no ban at all. Rich Freeman tells me that he should have had a 6-game ban instead of 4, and that for some reason he's got a quotes discount. I don't know about that. Well, in one way, I'm a little bit, it's strange to say this perhaps, but I'm a little bit disappointed that he didn't get a chance to play against Japan, because I would have liked the Japanese back row, in particular Labuschagne and Leach, to have tackled him, as I think I've already said more than once, low, hard, and often. The point being that he hasn't got the message, or up to this point hasn't got the message by tackle schools or anything else. So perhaps by actually being on the receiving end of some really good low legal tackles in a game, that would cure him for good and all. One would have to hope so, but there we are. It's not going to happen. All right, so yeah, it's a mouth-watering prospect. And speaking of mouth-watering, the beer sponsor is these guys, Asahi Super Dry. And of course, they are pretty easy to obtain in Japan, and I hope it'll be easy to get hold of Asahi beer in France. Last time in the 2019 World Cup, it was, of course, Heineken. And I have to say, I do prefer Asahi to Heineken. Although I don't normally drink Asahi Dry, it must be said. So it's kind of a reacquainting myself with the taste, which is not bad at all, I must say. So there we are, that's good. Well, apart from that, I think there's not much else that I can say at this point, except let's hope that the rugby is great and the controversies are few and far between. I really hope so, but who knows? And let's all have a great Rugby World Cup. And now, if I can just close this, there we are, and I'm back to the regular screen. And thank you very much. I'll see you again soon. Bye.